Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, guys. Like I was saying, I'm in the car as well, So I remember this one time, right? I think this lady was dropping me home, right? And I kept telling her that I have a turtle, right? And she was like, okay. And then she dropped me home, right? And I'm going into my house, taking off my clothes and everything, right? Somehow she called me back, right? And she's like, I found a turtle, and I'm heading towards your house. And then in my mind, I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do with this turtle she's talking about she's bringing to my house? So I was like, okay. So she honked the horn, and I was like, it must be her, right? So I went downstairs, right? Because it's a two-story house, right? And keep in mind, I had my clothes on, guys. So I went downstairs. She was like, I have this turtle. And I was like, what are you talking about? You have this turtle? She was like, oh, I saw this turtle crossing the street, right? And I picked it up. And since you already have a turtle, you would know what to do with this turtle, right? And then in my head, I'm like, why would you take a turtle where he's going? And now you're confusing him and everything like that. Why would you do that? She thinks that I have so many answers for turtles and all these reptiles and everything, right? In my head, I don't know anything about that much things about turtles or something like that. But it's bad if you take a turtle from his habitat, or like where he's walking towards, because he's gonna get lost and he's gonna feel like abandoned or something like that. So I was like, whatever. It's gonna be much harder if I send her away with this turtle. And then in my head, I'm like, what am I gonna do with this turtle? What am I gonna do? I can't keep it. So I took him up, right? She went outside the car and she gave it to me. She put a bag over his head, but not all the way on him. So she's holding him with the bag. His head is not covered or anything like that. So that's great. So she hands me it. I'm like, what am I gonna do with this turtle? And then in my head, I'm like, I have a lake behind my house, right? That's where all the turtles be coming. And remember I told you that all the turtles be coming to my house and laying their eggs, and sometimes I be finding turtles, so much of turtles like all around my yard. So I was like, I have a lake. I can't turn her down because then she'll bring the turtle somewhere else, and who knows where she's gonna bring it. And she let it go, and then he gets hurt, somehow. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take the turtle, and I ran behind my house, right? And I didn't throw him in the lake, because that's just rude and weird. And he was like my turtle, he's a sea turtle, he's like I think he was a yellow ear turtle, or yellow ears turtle slider, red ear slider turtle, and I put him in my yard. I just put him in the yard. I didn't have no fence at that time, so I put him in there, and I just left him there, and I went back in my house, and I'm like, he'll find his way, if he want to run into the lake, because it's behind my house and it's like a little street part right there, he can run in there, right? So I go upstairs and I'm looking on the balcony, right? And I'm seeing him going towards the lake, right? That's his own choice, I'm not that kind of person who just since I already have turtles and I know so much things about turtles, and stuff like that. I don't know that much things, guys. Don't get me wrong, I have a turtle. I know a decent amount of stuff to keep care of a turtle and stuff like that, If he wanted to go to the lake, he could went to the lake. Or he could have just stayed in my backyard. It was no fence, so he could just like anything will happen, But he went safely to the lake, And I'm like, why she bring this turtle to me? When I'm like upstairs, I'm like, why did she bring this turtle? Is it because I keep telling her that I have a turtle and I know so much things about turtle? In her head, she thinks that I have a turtle. I know so much things about turtle. At this moment, I'm sweating because the windows is up, and I'm weird like that, And I don't want people to hear my conversation with you guys, So yeah, I was like, that's like a crazy little story, like just telling you guys, like, oh, it's not like I found the turtle. She was like driving along and she saw the turtle crossing the street. And the logic thing for her to think of, Venetia have a turtle, so I'm gonna bring this turtle to Venetia, and maybe she'll know what to do with this turtle, right? And in my head, I'm like, I don't know nothing about these kind of turtles and where he was going, and she should have just left him, and so he won't get so lost, and stuff like that. So that's what happened, and it was kind of strange because I can just tell you guys about these little stories what happened, like me not really finding the turtle, but a lady found the turtle and it was crossing the street and whatever, and she wanted to like bring the turtle to me, so maybe I'll know what to do, when a turtle's crossing the street. But it's really bad just to pick up a turtle and you don't know where he's going. Like I told you, I had a little story time that saw a turtle crossing the street, right? He wanted to go from this lake to the next lake, right? And I saw him, right? And I stopped the car and I pointed him to the direction he wanted to go. And I almost got killed. I feel say I'll get killed just because I'm protecting a turtle, So like and subscribe, turn your notifications on. I see you later, guys. It was a small little story, here and there, If you like these kind of stories, comment down below, or if you had like a story like this.